I have to ask you about an important issue for your state, and I know it's something that you take very personally, Senator, and that's what's happening at our southern border. You're up with a bipartisan bill to extend Title 42. That was just rescinded. Are you getting support in that effort in the Senate?
Well, I'm so glad you've asked about this because it's the #1 issue on Arizonans' mind right now. When the administration ended Title 42 without an appropriate plan in place, once again, the burden falls on the shoulders of Arizona's border communities. And of course, this is a growing humanitarian crisis for the migrants themselves. So Senator Tillis and I have introduced a bill to extend the elements of Title 42 so that the administration can do what it should have done over the last 2 years, which is prepare for the end of this program. We are growing in support and have gathered 6 co-sponsors of both political parties because people all across the country are seeing what's happening in states like Arizona and Texas. They see migrants coming to their own states in the interior, and they know that this system is broken. It's time for us to give more opportunity for the administration to prepare for the end of Title 42. In the meantime, Senator Tillis and I are continuing to work on our bipartisan framework in a bicameral way to actually address the deeper causes that are creating this problem. So securing our border, solving our broken asylum system, addressing our visa issues, and continuing to work to solve this in a bipartisan and bicameral way.
On the subject of it being bicameral, of course, ahead of the end of Title 42, we did see an immigration measure passing in the House. They called it the Secured the Border Act. Are there parts of that you could get on board with? Where is the opportunity here for compromise?
Well, it was an important step forward that House Republicans passed a border security package. There are parts of that package that are very useful and some parts that aren't very practical or helpful. But what's important is that there was movement. We haven't seen movement in a bicameral way in over 20 years in Congress on immigration. So this was an important first step. Now, it'll be no surprise when I tell you that I've been working with my colleagues in the House for months as they were developing this legislation, and we're continuing to work together as the Senate will create a bipartisan package to overlay and make changes to their piece of legislation and to add in elements that are important, like asylum reform, visa issues, and our dreamers. So we have work to do, but I'm heartened by the fact that they're moving forward.
In our remaining moment here, Senator, President Biden has taken fire from both sides of the aisle on this issue of the border. What does he not understand about this?
Well, I invite President Biden and Vice President Harris to come actually visit the Arizona-Mexico border. If they were to do so, like many of my colleagues have joined me in recent months, they'll see the devastation, not just to our border communities, but to the migrants and those families themselves. The reality is the system is broken, and we need both enforcement on the part of the administration and changes on the part of Congress to fix the law and solve this problem once and for all.